Shopping for a laptop can get really complicated really quickly, and this is because there are so many specifications and so many tech and new terminologies to learn, and it's difficult to know which ones are important, which ones are not. So the tech people also do not help. People selling laptops are always trying to sell you stuff, and they're using tech jargon, and you end up confused. What do I need? What works for me? So the purpose of this video is to help you to know what are the three most important specifications that you need to focus on when buying a laptop. So the first specification to consider before buying a laptop is the laptop storage. There are two types of laptop storage, that is the SSD and the HDD. So what should you choose, SSD or HDD? As a rule of thumb, always go for the SSD. Why? Because the SSD has way too many advantages than HDD. So what are some of the advantages? The SSD is faster, it's more reliable, it has less noise, less heat, consumes less power, smaller in size. What more can you ask? The only drawback for using an SSD has to do with its cost and the size. In most cases, the capacity of SSD is normally lower compared to that of the HDD. But here's the catch: even a 256 SSD card can actually outperform a 1 TB HDD. So always go for the SSD. Now the question is, how do you know if you're buying a SDD or you're buying a HDD when you're at your dealer's shop? So quickly go to the search icon and type DFRGUI, enter, and the optimized drives window is going to pop up, and you're going to see whether you have a solid state drive or a hard drive. In my case, I'm using a solid state drive, and you're good to go. So on to the second specification that you really need to focus on before buying a laptop, and that is the processor. So if you're thinking of using your laptop on word processing and web browsing, these are generally easier tasks for a computer to handle. So what is recommended is to go for something of a Core i3 or Core i5. But if you're doing online streaming, graphic design, anything that requires a little bit more of computing power, you need to go to Core i7 and higher. But now, how do you know what processor is the laptop you're about to buy? Where do you check? So again, go to the search icon and type system information. And once you click on the system information, you're going to see a system information window pop, and you can be able to spot the processor right here. And it's going to give you the processor that you're using and a little bit more of information. And that information is what will help you to know what processor you're having. So what is this information? It tells you the brand name. In this case, we're using an Intel processor, and then it is a Core i7. Of course, it's higher than Core i3 and Core i5. Then we have a generation indicator. The number 8, the number that immediately comes after the dash or the hyphen, is an indicator of the generation, and the higher the generation the better, meaning 8 is better than 7, 6, whatnot, in terms of performance, in terms of efficiency. Finally, there is the last letter after these digits. In this case, it is U. It could be either a U or a H. U is an indicator it is a low performance. H, it's a high performance. That most important specification is the RAM. The RAM is responsible for multitasking and smooth transitioning of the laptop from one task to another. RAM works hand in hand with the processor, and the best analogy to show the relationship between the RAM and the processor is that one of a chef and his workbench. Now, think of a chef who you're trying to prepare for you multiple meals, and you want all of them prepared together and as quickly as possible. It's a busy kitchen. So The chef was very talented but had a very small working bench. They would obviously struggle to cook you all the meals that you want efficiently, tasty, and in the right time. Increasing the workbench, on the other hand, would give them more room to prepare more stuff quickly and efficiently. Now, in this case, the chef is the processor and the workbench is the RAM. Of course, they'll reach a point where as you can give them a very big workbench, and yeah, the output will not increase because they can only use so much. So selecting the right kind of RAM and a combination with the processor means the difference between high performance of a laptop and a very or under performance of a laptop. Of course, there are physical limitations in terms of RAM. You can always upgrade your RAM. Maybe you're having 4 and you could always upgrade it to 8, 16, 32, name it. But there are physical limitations such that maybe your laptop does not have that slot in of increasing the RAM. So always make sure you check whether your laptop has an additional slot of increasing the RAM and whether it has the right combination of the processor and the RAM. So there you have it. Those are the 3 most important specifications to check before buying any laptop. And if you hack these 3 at most, you're going to have the value for your money and choose a laptop that is going to suit your needs.